Welcome to our training. I'm sure you've opted into dozens of video series, and every time so there's a huge promise. And so ours is going to be no different. We're going to make you a single promise, and that promise is that we're going to be blunt, we're going to be direct, and we're not your friend during this series, okay? I'm not here to convince you to do business with us. The sole purpose of these 5 videos is for you to see why you're not closing more sales. And in this video series, we're going to tell you exactly what you do to fix this. There's 5 videos in this series. In each and every video, there's going to be several factors that are well within your control that don't require any investment at all on your part to fix so that you can grow your profits. Okay? So the first thing I want to tell you is that when we talk about growing profits, what we're talking about is defining what winning is. Okay? When I sit down with a company, and I've worked with thousands of them, there's a single question that I always start our conversations with. Where are you going as a company from a profit standpoint? Obviously, you want to be profitable and you want to be more profitable, okay? But I need you to define what winning is. I need for you to tell me where we're going, because where you are right now and where you're going and where you want to go to are 2 different things. And if you tell me that there is a place, for example, you're a $10 million company and you want to go to 15, okay? That's going to require you to develop a different strategy. The strategy you use today has gotten you to $10 million. Maybe it's gotten you to 50 million. Maybe it's gotten you to 1 million. But it's not going to get you to where you want to go without evaluating it. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to invest a little time and a little exploration and some consideration of change. I'm not asking you to change, but the first thing you need to do is understand that your strategy has to be evaluated, because strategy is what you do to win profits. And what you're going to learn, not in today's video, but in the second video, is who you're losing to. There's actually 5 forces that your company is losing those profits to. How you beat them is your strategy, all right? So strategy is just an integrated set of choices that will position your company on how to beat those 5 forces. And by the way, those 5 forces, for example, one of them is rivals, okay? Each of those 5 forces are costing you money, and you need a strategy for each and every force, okay? So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do, if I were talking to you and I was consulting with you, is to understand that where you want to go isn't going to get you there using the existing strategy you have, right? So going forward, I'm going to give you an idea about strategy, okay? A strategy that you might want to consider. When you look at your marketplace, you see faces. You see tall, you see short, you see male, you see female. In 2018, you need to change your strategy. Demographic targeting isn't going to get you where you want to go. Each and every one of these people are right now searching for a product. They're actively pursuing a purchase of multiple products. What you have to be able to do is use behavioral targeting to find those people, okay? Those people that are actively pursuing a purchase of what you sell. So when you take that word, actively pursuing, right? They're doing research. So the first thing you have to understand is in all of your marketing, don't let it be company-centric. Don't talk about who you are. Talk about their problem, because consumers do not research solutions first. They research problem first. And once they understand their problem fully, then they're better educated to seek out the proper solution. Now, as a business owner, That's your cue. If you're the company that is educating them about their problem, then you are sitting pole position, okay, on how to be the solution. Basic fundamental of sales is that you have to build a relationship before you sell. This is how you do it digitally, okay? In the third video that we're going to talk about, we're going to discuss where all sales start, okay? Because there's two very specific places, and if you know where those two are, then you can leverage behavior targeting, okay? So when you look at this screen, your business needs to know when they look at this screen, okay? You don't need to see male or female. Don't look at the demographic, okay? Now, the color represents behavior. Your job is to understand that there is a set of behaviors that lead up to a purchase. And your strategy from this day forward should be to figure out the path that they lead to your purchase. All right? If I'm buying a car as an example, there's a series of things that you can do before you visit a car dealership. All right? Every company has that, including yours. Okay? And once you understand what you're looking at, you will not just see, for example, let's take the red. The red represents the behavior of people that are actively pursuing. Those are typically the 3% of your marketplace that are actively ready to buy right now. They are your greatest probability of profit, your quickest path to profit, your best use of your company's resources for profit, and the largest opportunity today for your company for profit. Now, if your idea is to advertise to everybody on this screen hoping to hit the reds, that's a failed strategy. Okay? Yes, every now and again you're going to get a sale, but your hope is that you don't waste enough money on all the other colors in search of the red. What you should hope to achieve is to only advertise to people that are in market, actively pursuing a purchase of what you sell. Those are your high probability of saying yes prospects. Okay? And what you don't know is killing you. And that's where most companies fail. You have to know what you don't know. And that's where the challenge is. When I started this video, I asked you to be open-minded, to explore and consider change. There are technologies that we're going to talk about in the next 4 videos after this one that will show you what you don't know, okay? 3% of knowledge is what you know. 7% is what you know you don't know. For example, I know that I can't drive a submarine. 90% is what you don't know you don't know. When you look at that screen above, there is technology out there. We have that technology. And we're going to be able to show you how you can look at that screen and not see anything but the red and only the red. And in turn, that screen becomes only red. There's no more advertising to the haystack to find the needle. The best use of your resources, the greatest probability of profits, the quickest path to profits is to only advertise to the people that are in market. Only advertise to the red. You need to be doing that starting yesterday. If you get nothing out of what we're going to say in this video series, and it's the reason you should stick around to listen to all 4 videos, is that there's a lot going on in the world. For example, a concept called people-based marketing. And that is the ability to recognize and run ads to either a past customer or a prospect on all their devices at any marketing platform, online and offline. That technology exists, and that's the marketing that you should be doing, because it's going to find the red, and it's only going to advertise to the red. And when you can target people by name, meaning you know who they are, not in the ad, hey, John, how are you? I'm talking about know who you are, meaning you start with a manifest of people, a list of names that you advertise to, then you can compare the sales at the end and you could give proper attribution to see that every single dollar at every single channel on every single device, online or offline, is being utilized. So when I say to you, only targeting people based in market, what I'm saying to you is this is the best use of your limited resources. Because at the end of the day, this is the formula that matters. Okay? For you to be profitable, it's price minus cost. If you're advertising to the haystack, your cost goes up. If cost goes up in this formula, your profits go down. Okay? If you're advertising to everybody, when you should only be advertising to the people that are ready to make a purchase right now, and you don't have a system who can tell you when those people are coming into the marketplace to buy, right, that are actively pursuing the outcome that you sell, you're not going to be able to get a premium price. Because if somebody else gets to them first, they're going to have what's called frame control. They're going to be able to control the perspective of how that person sees the problem and therefore the solution. Your competitor is going to define what the value is. They're going to set the buying criteria for that prospect, and you're going to struggle to get premium price. Now, the definition of competitive advantage is either get premium price or lower cost, or both. It's possible for you to get both. Okay? In every instance, you can do this. Now, this is not a formula. This is a fact. You compete against 5 forces, which we're going to cover in the next video. And I'm going to show you how these 5 forces affect your profit. And if you don't have a strategy, and I've given you the beginnings of a strategy, okay, just the beginning of how you're going to compete against these 5 forces. When you get up in the morning, these are the only 5 forces that you have to beat, okay? And we're going to cover this in the next video. I'll see you on the other side.